Kevin, maybe tell him to subscribe.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do like the video. I'm not going to tell him to subscribe, hit that like. I'm not doing that. Hi, this is Kevin Deal from Upscale Audio, and today we're going to talk about the Cambridge Audio CXA81. I heard this over in the sound room. I said, oh my God, and I noticed, we really sell a lot of these, and I said, you know, we really got to break it down for people and show them what makes this such a special product. Cambridge Audio is a very, very old company. They've been around for a long time, and they've been known to be super high value, great engineering, great build quality, not a lot of buzzers and whistles. It goes into the guts and it goes into the sound quality, and they just have a very storied reputation that goes back to the late 60s, and I've always really respected what they are about. It is a classic British brand. So the CXA80, which was the predecessor to this, was a pretty popular piece. It was super popular, right? It was considered by a lot of people best in class. But I gotta tell you something. As good as it was, it does not compare to this. It does not compare to this. This is a case of coming out with something with very, very intelligent engineering and leaving things out on purpose that should not be there in order to increase performance and not waste money on it. So what does that mean? First off, it doesn't have a phono stage. Now, a lot of people don't use analog, and if you do, I don't know that I would necessarily use one that's built into an integrated amp, because a lot of times they're going to be kind of a throw-in anyway. And the phono stage market is one part of this industry where you guys get a great deal. What do I mean? It's a very competitive market. And so for $200, you can get a phono stage that's moving coil, moving magnet, dual mono with adjustable loading, and an outboard power supply. Now the outboard power supply will be a little dongle thingy, so it's not going to be anything that rocks the world, but still, it's $200. Right? You can even get one for $100 and keep it as a separate product outside of the integrated amp, and that's really what you should do. But instead of adding a crappy phono stage that you're not going to use, what they did on this new model is they put better digital into it. So this has got the ESS 9016 chipset in it, and that is a very, very nice sounding deck. Is it like a Berkeley or something? No. It is not. Is it respectable and does it sound good compared to a Wolfson or something? Absolutely. So for the majority of the people that are in this category of product, it is a bitchin' way to go. What else is it missing? It does not have a balance control. And I got to get over this, because I read a review where people go, it doesn't have a balance control. Thank God it doesn't have a balance control, because if it had one, you wouldn't want to use it anyway. Listen, if you have a channel imbalance in your system in your home, and it is very common to have that, you don't fix it with a balance control, because if you adjust it a little bit this way when you're listening to this music, but then you raise the volume up or lower the volume, it's not going to be the same, and you're never, ever going to get it right. Channel imbalances occur when you have a room with a wall over here, and then this side of the room opens up to another room. And then you're going to have, it's going to be harder to pressurize that open space. And because of that, then the center fill is going to move over this way. So you need to get used to the idea. We have a speaker setup disc that we send out to customers, and I'm going to give you one tip from that. Get used to the idea of taking that channel that is at a lower volume and moving that speaker towards you. That's what you have to do. So if the center channel is veering over this way, this speaker needs to come towards you in order to get the center fill back where it's supposed to be. Fix it with speaker positioning. Don't fix it with a balance control. It has 3 sets of digital in, which is really, really cool. It has 4 sets of line in. You're going to notice that one of the sets of line in is a balanced in. And I noticed, I was curious how they did that, because at a more reasonable price point, having it balanced in is not that common. So I figured they were really cheating on this, but they were not. Now, they did not do the XLRN transformer coupled, because that's way too expensive. Could not happen. But I looked over here with my handy dandy flashlight, and I see some ICs over here. So they did it a really nice, a very, very elegant way. So you can enjoy the balanced output from your source component if you have that. It has a mono subwoofer out. It has a preamp out. It has 2 sets of speaker jacks. Now, this is an 80 watt per channel amplifier, right? It seems to do really well with relatively low impedance loads. So frankly, it'll drive just, about anything. What would I not use it with? Maybe I wouldn't use it with a pair of Maggie 0.7, something like that. I mean, some of these little reactive speakers are the low impedance and really low sensitivity. But I gotta say, just about anything in my store, you're gonna get great results with it. It's got speaker A, speaker B, then you can run all 4 of them at once. I don't know if they are wired in parallel to each other or in series, speaker A and speaker B. So if you run all 4 speakers, sound quality might degrade slightly, and that's kind of a common thing. Gosh dang. Oh, and then I looked over here. Look at this power transformer. I mean, this is really, really badass. And you guys know, guys and gals know, I love toroidal power transformers. And I'll tell you why. Because they are quieter. They do not radiate EMI outside of the core of the donut. And manufacturers have a tendency to not use them as much because they're more expensive. It takes a lot more material to make them. And then they are more difficult to make than just regular, run-of-the-mill transformers. But they did that here, and I have to applaud them. Great big heat sinks for the output devices. And I looked over here at the filter caps. The filter caps are nice. 6,800 microfarads times 2. So what is that? 6,800, 13,600 microfarads per channel. That's why the bass response is really super respectable, and it ran with any speaker that I threw at it. I mean, look, it is just a cool piece. It's got all this RS-232 and control stuff on the back. We don't deal with that stuff here. We are knuckle dragging Neanderthals. We don't do multi-room stuff. Not our gig. But it does have that if you want to use it. And then it just looks nice. Volume control is analog, not a chip. I applaud them for that too. They could have done this as a really cheap volume control. I'm talking about something that would cost $1.50 to implement, and you might never even know the difference. They did not do that. Analog, motorized volume control, nice remote control, just a bitchin' amp. Look, I love it when people I'm on the side of the consumer, right? I think that I just love it when people can get a good deal and get something that they can own and be proud of. By the way, when you get this, it's going to take some break-in. I noticed that. And you want to make sure any amp you buy from us, any speaker you buy from us, it takes 500 hours to break these things in and really get them into their groove. But the thing is, we give you a 60-day money-back guarantee at Upscale Audio because we want to make sure that you're happy. So look. Go to our website, talk to my wonderful non-commissioned salespeople, let them know what you're trying to have happen. We really want to listen to you because at Upscale Audio, we want to make sure that we treat your system like it's ours. Thanks.